Hello everyone, welcome back to Tector.com. So in this lecture we will solve a problem on finding canonical cover of a set of functional dependencies. When I went for recording the lecture on finding canonical cover, I saw Dr. Gary has already created a very nice lecture on it, and I thought it will be a redundant lecture when I create this. So I will solve a problem on this, and maybe we will go for some text examples. For theory lecture you can refer a video section of this topic. So uh, first of all we will revise this step here. So what are the steps to find canonical cover? There are only 3 steps, but all these 3 steps has to be followed one by one to make the task easy. The first step is to find out that whether there is a singleton right hand side. So what is singleton right hand side? Singleton means the only one attribute at right hand side. So this is singleton attribute at right hand side, but this is not singleton. So we have to make all the functional dependencies having singleton right hand side. Okay, if there is a functional dependency which is not singleton, we have to transform it to singleton functional dependency, right? So how do we do this? We will see it right now. Now the second step is to removal of extraneous attribute. So there will be attributes which will be extraneous or useless in a functional dependency. So we will go for removing that first. Okay, in second step we will remove all those attributes. Now the third one will be to check whether a functional dependency is redundant or not. So this we will do one by one for all functional dependencies. So we have a problem to solve here, and we will solve this problem and we will follow all these 3 steps. So the problem given is that we have 2 sets of functional dependencies, F and G. F has few functional dependencies and G has 2 functional dependencies, and we have to find out whether F covers G or G covers F, okay, or G and F are equal and none. Fine, so 4 options are there. So we will check whether which one of this is true by first of all finding out canonical cover or minimal cover for these 2 functional dependencies. So let's get started. First of all we will start with F. So in F we have 4 functional dependencies. So we will check for first step. First step is we have to make all the attributes singleton right hand side. So here we have one attribute which one functional dependency which is not singleton in right hand side. So we will first make it singleton. How do we do this? Just by decomposition. We have studied all the inference rules. So if you have not followed that lecture, that's little important, so please follow that lecture first. So we will just decompose it simply by writing it. So we will write all the functional dependencies first, which is equal to A implies B. Oh, okay, A implies B, AB implies C, D implies. So what we'll do, we'll just decompose this. As it is D implies A, AC, we can write from decomposition, we can write D implies A and D implies C. Fine, and then we will write D implies E. Okay, now we will see whether there is a extraneous attribute or in the left hand side. Okay, extraneous means extra attribute which is not required. Now we have to check only those functional dependencies which has 2 or more attributes in left hand side. As this is singleton in left hand side, if you remove one attribute, this functional dependency, entire functional dependency is gone, right? So we need not to check for the functional dependencies which has singleton left hand. Okay, so first of all we will just check for the functional dependencies which has 2 or more attributes in left hand side. So we will check for this functional dependency whether it is extraneous or not. So how do we check this? You might have followed the lecture in theory section, that is video section. So we will find out A closure and B closure for here. So how do we proceed finding closure? We already studied in finding X closure, okay, or finding closure of attribute. So you can refer that video. So we will see what are the attributes which can be find out using this a plus. Okay, a. So see, we can find out always by reflexive rule. We can find out a always from a. Then from a, if you see this functional dependency, we can find out b. Okay, so as from a we can find out b, so this attribute can always be found out, right? So this is extraneous. Now let's find out b plus. So b plus is b only, because we don't have anything from here which derives from b. Okay, so this is b only and this is ab, and we can find out b, so we will just remove this b from here. Now after this second step, we have functional dependency as a implies b, a implies c, d implies a, d implies c, and d implies e. Now all the attributes in right hand side are singleton, which is desired, and all the attributes in left hand side are singleton. It means that there is no extraneous attribute, because extraneous case arrives only in case of two or more attributes in left hand side. Now we will check one by one for each functional dependency whether it is a redundant one or not. So once we check for one functional dependency, we will remove this, that is a implies b. Let's consider, we will remove and we will check whether from a closure we can find out b. Okay, so if we can find out b without using this functional dependency a implies b, without using this functional dependency a implies b, if we can find out b, it means that this functional dependency is redundant. I'll repeat myself. If without using this functional dependency we can find out b from a, it means that this functional dependency is redundant. So now we will forget about this functional dependency and we will check whether from a we can derive to b. So a can determine a always from reflexivity. Now it can determine c from this. That's it. Fine. So we cannot determine b, so this is a must have functional dependency. We cannot remove this. Okay, now we have a determines c. So if now we remove this functional dependency, can we determine c? So let's check it. A plus. So if we remove this a plus, so it will give a, it will give b a b, but not c. So this is also not removable. Now let's check a implies d. So once we check a implies d, d implies a, so from d we should d plus, if a comes without using this functional dependency, if we can find out this a, it means this is redundant. So d, if we remove this, we will not be able to find out a, because d plus is d c e, we cannot find out a, right? Similarly we will check for d implies c, d plus. Now hide this functional dependency and check whether we can find out c. So once we are not using this functional dependency, let's check. So it will be d always from reflexivity. Now from d we can find out a from this functional dependency, so it will be a. From this we can find out e, it will be e on this. Okay, now from a we can find out c here and b, so b and c. So without using this functional dependency we can find out c. Okay, without using this functional dependency c is determined. It means this is a redundant functional dependency and we can remove it. Okay, now similarly we can check for it, d determines e, and as we can see that without using this we cannot determine e anywhere, so we need not to check. This is also one point which you can always take care, that this e can only be determined from d, right? This is important point, you can note. I mean, it will save time. So this e can only be determined here in this functional dependency. So if we hide this, we can never determine e. Fine. So there is no need to check for this. So if you have a functional dependency where the right hand side attribute is only present in that that functional dependency, then you need not to go for check. So this will always be there. Now similarly we can check very quickly. I'll go and I'll check for this G. So this G, so I'll just decompose it and write it. So if we decompose, it will be A implies B, A implies C, D functionally determines A, D functionally determines B. Okay, fine. So these four are there. Now we'll check whether we can reduce it further. So if you check one by one, I'm sure that we cannot reduce, because if you see this A, B, C, so these two are only we need to check, that A determines B and D determines B. Oh, sorry. This two we have to check only, because this B is only here and this is reoccurring. So F and C and A is only once at right hand side, so we need not to go for check. Now we will check just one. So if we go and check A implies B, by hiding this A implies B, let's check if we can determine B from A. So it will come out to be A plus is A and C. We cannot determine B. Fine. So as we cannot determine B, we cannot remove this functional dependency. Okay, so none of the functional dependency is redundant here, it is already reduced. So this is also now canonical cover. G is already canonical, so we cannot reduce it further. Now we have to check which of the option is correct. So if you compare, I'm not able to adopt this in one screen. Yeah, I'll keep like this. Fine. So if you check this, we have four functional dependencies here, this one and here this one. So if you check, one of the functional dependency is different, that is D implies E. Here we are getting D implies B. Okay, apart from it all are same. So actually both are not equal. Okay, none of them cover each other. Okay, none of them cover the other group of functional dependency, because this functional dependency is different, right? So here from the option F covers G is wrong, F and G are equal is also wrong, G covers F is also wrong. So this none option is correct. None of them cover the other functional dependency, other group of functional dependency. Fine. So I hope this is clear. If you have any other question, please post your question in doubt section. Thanks for watching.